This is PKF Texas Entrepreneurs Playbook. I'm Russ Capper, this week's guest host, and I'm here with Steffi Claiden, founder and CEO of the Family Office Review. Steffi, welcome to the Playbook.
Thank you very much, Russ.
You bet. And also Dell Walker, tax director and practice leader at PKF Texas. Dell, welcome to the Playbook.
Thank you, Russ. Glad to be here.
Okay. Steffi, let's start with you. Tell us, what is Family Office Review?
Okay, well, Russ, it is an online publication that I founded 4 years ago after I worked as a strategy consultant and ran another publication in the family office and wealth management space. I did not see what I thought was enough good content aimed directly at the wealth holders, the families. So I started Family Office Review, and we have opened up into other avenues of more than just the publication. We started the following year the Family Office Review Awards North America, which are created to honor the family offices and the wealth advisors serving them. We've also, in the past year, started the Family Office Capital Network, which talks about direct investments, and we now have a women's group called Family Office Women International, because I'm always connecting great women. I live in London, although I'm born and raised in the United States. I've lived there and I'm a dual citizen now. So I go around and meet a lot of great ladies, and I'm connecting them. So we're very busy and having a lot of fun doing it.
Cool, real cool. So Dell, explain your connection to Steffi and the Family Office Review.
It's kind of an interesting story. I'll try to get to the chase. But about 4 years ago, I was working up in New York City, Manhattan, quite a bit on a transaction, flying back and forth with Houston, and I had to make a sub-stop in D.C. So out of LaGuardia, I caught a little commuter jet, 1-2, and I had good status then. So I was in the front row. The person sitting next to me was this kind of small, petite, blonde-haired, blue-eyed person that said she was from London but didn't sound like it. We struck up a conversation because our flight had been delayed for a couple hours, and I think, and we started talking. It turns out we knew a lot of the same people through the work I was doing in New York. And out of it, a commitment to stay in touch. And she ultimately, out of that, told me, so I'm going to start this event in Chicago. I'd like you to come, be a judge. And I had an opportunity to go to the initial Family Office Review Awards in Chicago, be a judge for that. Friendship sprung out of it. And so for a couple of years I was up there, and then I told her, I said, have you ever thought about doing the event outside of Chicago? This is a national event. Chicago's a great place. The Gold Coast is a great place. And I said, Houston's a great city. You know, it's built on basically the 4 F's, you know, family, faith, fellowship, and free enterprise. And I said, why don't you come down and visit the city sometime? So about a year ago this time, she came down for about a week. I took her around, introduced her to a lot of people, and the decision was made, you know what? We need to bring the event here to celebrate our great city, and today that's what's going on here in Houston.
Wow, so describe what's going on right now today in Houston.
Well, so a year ago I had never been to Houston before. I'd only been to Dallas once or twice, so this was a new world.
We won't hold that against you.
That's okay, it's all right. I said the D word, sorry. So today we have a forum going on from 9 till, we stretched it now till 5. We started this originally first year just to keep people amused before the big event and the dinner, and it's now grown into a full-blown conference, and I'm sure it will grow even further next year. So we discuss things that have to do with the money management, the soft skills, as they call them, the human skills. We've had someone talk about social media today. We've had 3 excellent panels put together by Dell and the other sponsors discussing succession, alternative investments, and we're going to finish the day with a really amazing panel talking about the Texas economy and where it's heading.
Real interesting. I sat through some of the succession planning, and it was impressive for sure. So what kind of people attend? Or is it high wealth people, or is it financial advisors, or is it both?
It's a little of both. We've got family offices, people with formal family offices, people who are high net worth who may or may not have a family office. Some have a family business, and we have advisors. And these are typically people that come that are managing at least $20 million or more.
So it really cuts the range. Families, people work for the families and outside advisors, all trying to share best practices. People don't openly talk about these things. And it's a little. We try to create a safe environment for people to come together, network, share some best practices, and learn from others in what is not a textbook type situation in terms of what they're dealing with.
Cool.
And the way we do this too is different. There are many conferences, as Dell knows, in this space already. What I try to make different here is get people talking about things that are not normally discussed and bring in people that are not normally heard from.
Really cool.
So it's different.
And so this right here is an annual event. It'll take place again next year?
Yes, this is the 4th annual, the first annual in Houston,
Okay.
and we plan on sticking with Houston.
Well, great. That's what my next question
Absolutely.
was. Is Dale persuade you to stay here? It's a pretty cool
Yes.
city, isn't it?
Yes, well, someone came up to me and said, "Is this your rodeo?" And I heard ... little lady. And I said, yes, and I'd gladly trade in these ridiculous high heels for some boots right now.
you
So I
Well,
feel
great.
very welcome here.
Great.
My father was from Louisiana, so
Okay.
even though I
Close
grew
by.
up in the north, it's a little bit of southern.
Well, thank you so much for doing it in Houston, Texas. We like having you here.
We're glad to be here.
You bet. All right, and that wraps up this edition of the PKF Texas Entrepreneurs Playbook. Tune in next week for another edition.